it's Reverend John at Unity Palo Alto Spiritual Center. And our thought for today: God in me is the fountain out of which springs all of my good, strength, and joy. In the book Lessons in Truth, the author Emilie Cady writes, "Everyone believes they are in bondage to the flesh and to things of the flesh. All suffering are the result of this belief. We grow up through various stages and by various processes to the divine or spiritual understanding that we are one with God, free from all suffering and have conscious dominion over all things. All joy and strength and good spring up from a fountain within one's own being. And if we only knew this truth, we should know that because God in us is the fountain out of which springs all of our good, nothing anyone does or says or fails to do or say can take away our good." And so let's go through today with this thought and focus on this idea that God in me is the fountain out of which springs all of my good, strength, and joy. And as you go through your day, search out and seek and discover where you are feeling in bondage. Boy, that's a pretty powerful word, isn't it? Bondage. Bondage to the flesh. You might even think that a little racy, but what Cady is talking about is our bondage to the things that are outside of us, whether it's what somebody says or doesn't say, the things that we're trying to attach or accumulate, the objects that we're trying to bring into our lives and give great meaning to for our lives. We're putting our joy out there. We're having this belief that our joy is created by all of the stuff in our life, and that all of our suffering is created by all of the stuff in our life and the people in our life. When the reality is all of that joy, all of that strength, all of that good comes from within us. And it's our relationship with those things outside of us, the things of the flesh, right? The things in this human experience, whether it's this water bottle or whether it's the tree or whether it's a good friend or whether it's, somebody who is spreading gossip and rumors about us. So take a look when you go through this day of when you're feeling constricted, when you're feeling chained down, when you're feeling your joy is being choked off, and see if you can identify where that feeling is coming from. Because most of the time it's coming from a belief about something out there or a belief about ourselves that just isn't true, that isn't the whole truth, that isn't the whole of us. I have, there's an idea where, through that water cooler idea where somebody, you do something that somebody doesn't like, or you don't do something that somebody doesn't like, and they start gossiping, and sooner or later that gossip comes back to you and you hear it. It may even be that, that gossip isn't based on facts. It's just based on someone's interpretation of the facts. And that's the truth, because we're all looking at things in life through our own lenses. We're all looking at what happens around us and to us and out there through this lens of our understanding and our belief system. So even though the data, might be semi-accurate, the interpretation of that data can wildly differ. So from a spiritual perspective, as we gain that perspective, we can look at it a little differently and not be in bondage to what someone else says, or not be in bondage to what someone else doesn't say, and to just be grounded in the truth of who you are, grounded in that faith of that divine consciousness that's within you, that Christ consciousness, that Buddha mind, that spark of divinity, the allness of life, whatever word you want to put to it, right? It's that better self, that better consciousness, that higher consciousness within you, where you intuitively know that your good comes from within. For when we align ourselves with that higher consciousness, regardless of what the world is saying around us, we know that we are rock steady in that idea and that we are tapped into that good that flows from within out, that joy that bubbles up from within, and that strength that allows us to be in a situation and not feel diminished because we are one with God. So today, let us hold that thought that it is God in me, and that is the fountain out of which springs all of my good, all of my strength, and all of my joy. Have a wonderful day. Love and blessings. Namaste.